Hi, um, I'm Tianne Hunter. I retired from the Ithaca Town Board in 2021. Sure. I'm here today to share my support for Cynthia Brock in her run to retain her seat for First Ward on City Council. In my 20-plus years as a public official, I have written only one letter of support for a candidate, and that was a letter for Cynthia in her last election. I say today exactly what I said then. The city of Ithaca is lucky to have Cynthia Brock as a council member. She does her homework and she does it well. Cynthia's commitment to thoroughly understanding the issues before her is exemplary. I've had the pleasure of serving on two critically important water quality committees that greatly benefited from her critical thinking and commitment to the job. And when I listen to all the things that she has done in the city that you people report, I can't imagine where she's found the time to engage in so importantly, in a larger regional issue. In 2017, Cynthia was appointed as the city's representative to the Cayuga Lake Watershed Intermunicipal Organization, an entity charged with bringing 57 local governments together to work collaboratively on protecting water quality throughout the watershed. At the time of her appointment, the organization was working to complete an update of the watershed's restoration and protection plan, launching a project to identify needed water quality work, and conducting an organizational assessment. All three of these projects involved state funding, and there was no staff support for their administration. Work fell to a handful of CWEO representatives, Cynthia Brock among them. And it was a slog that, if the three projects came together as hoped, would provide Cayuga Lake with a watershed manager to work with local governments on advancing much needed water quality projects. And come together it did, resulting in the creation of a watershed manager position. I mention this because the nature of the work needing to be done included many things generally done by professional staff, something the organization didn't have. Cynthia's understanding of the need for a regional approach to water quality protection and her commitment to preserving what is perhaps the region's greatest asset was demonstrated by the time and energy she devoted to bringing this work to completion. She got in the trenches, revised dues formulas, created job descriptions, came up with interview questions, developed presentations, and assisted in grant writing. I will be forever grateful for the skills and commitment she devoted to these tasks. I also had the pleasure of serving on the Ithaca Area Wastewater Treatment Plant's Special Joint Committee with Cynthia. She was appointed in 2012 and has served as chair since 2017. This is where I got to watch Cynthia dig deep for any and all information she needs to make sound decisions. There appeared no issue she could not wrap her head around. One issue that came before that committee had to do with landfilling sludge from municipal wastewater treatment plants. The interest in this was the result of upcoming state regulation limiting disposal of wastewater sludge at landfills, and the SJC was discussing other disposal options. Cynthia invited me to join her in learning all that we could about the issue. It included, to name only a few, a field trip to a pilot biochar project at Cornell, meetings with numerous private entities interested in working with wastewater treatment plants to dry pyrolyze. Thank you. Or land apply our solids, as well as the independent interviews and phone calls she had with wastewater treatment plants in Colorado and Tennessee, utilizing a pyrolysis process. Throughout her extensive research, I was struck by how Cynthia insisted on gathering original source information to inform the board and their decisions. Ultimately, the Wastewater Treatment Plant Board decided that the environmental challenges had not been adequately addressed by these various techniques, and that the safe and responsible decision was to continue to landfill our biosolids. This process occurred over several years and highlights the hard-working dedication and commitment that Cynthia brings to our community. Rounding out this attention to water quality, Cynthia serves as chair of the Tompkins County Water Resources Council. In that capacity, she has, among many other things, routinely worked to provide comments on state policy proposals affecting water quality. And she's worked with other watershed entities to provide a regional response to proposed state actions. Cynthia's hard work and thoroughness cannot be highlighted enough. She stands out as one of the city's most active and effective champions of water protection. The people of the First Ward are fortunate to have her represent them, and the city of Ithaca is fortunate to have her in office. Please join me in support of keeping her there.